do you just invest in like North American ETFs or like all global ETFs?
Sorry, say again?
Are you like investing in like just North America, like US market, Canadian market, or you also like looking for international market as well, like in the ETFs?
Definitely global, 100%. Yeah, I definitely would not recommend having all your money in Canada or just all your money in US and Canada. Definitely I do. Yeah. So typically the four when it comes to equities, so we're not including bonds for a sec, basically, yeah. So I have one ETF that I hold for Canada, one that I hold for US, one that I hold for emerging markets, and one for developed markets international. And so that consists of basically companies from all around the world. When you buy those, so I buy for the same basically 4 ETFs. Those consist of several thousand companies across the entire world. And so, I mean, it's pretty much as diversified as you can. I mean, you don't need any more diversification than that because it's global, all different kinds of companies, all kinds of different sectors. And that's a lot more stable versus like dividend investing where, especially if you're doing that in Canada, because some people are very passionate about dividend investing specifically, in Canada, if you're a Canadian investor. And okay, you could do that. But the problem is then you're also getting, not only are you concentrated on a geographic level where you're maybe holding a lot more Canadian equities than you should, but you're also concentrated on an industry level, right? So you're going to see like a lot of financial companies, they may be paying good dividends. Okay, awesome, but you don't want you don't want your portfolio overrepresented by financial companies because now you're not diversified properly or as you should be by industry, right? Because you also want to be diversified by industry and on a geographic level. So hopefully that answered your question.
Yeah, definitely. And it's not like I now, because I just started recently, I know one thing, like you don't develop diversified portfolio like in a short period. Like you buy one company, you buy one ETF, then you go from there. Like you said, I'm in Canada, I just step into like Canadian banks first. I bought ETF as well, but now like after some time I will go to energy. So for a beginner, like you think like they should always like go like in a step by step in industry field, or like if you have 1,000, just diversify that $1,000, you think?
Yeah, so with ETFs, it's very easy to be heavily diversified immediately, right? So for example, XIC, which is one of the, it's a Canadian ETF that I own, that one. So I mean, that one is basically a representation of the Canadian index, right? Of the equities in the Canadian index. So that right there is going to automatically diversify you in different companies in different sectors all over Canada. So you definitely don't need to go just buy individual stocks of one, individual stocks of another, and then eventually you become diversified. I mean, you can do it that way, but I would say it's not the most efficient way, and it's a bit risky because what if you decide I'm going to do financials first, and then financials are having really bad period in time, right? And whereas maybe tech is doing really, really well, right? And so I wouldn't recommend like temporarily being undiversified, especially when there are great tools like ETFs where basically you can buy one and you're diversified instantly. Like another one that I buy is XEF, which is the international developed. And that one has thousands of companies within it, across Europe and Japan, all of that. So right away, you're just buying one ETF, which is, for anybody that hasn't done it, just like buying one stock, right? Very easy to do. And right away, you get that instant diversification.
International.
Yeah.